Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss second type of informed search algorithm, that is A star search algorithm. So before going into the details of it, let us as usual let us go through the quickly through the previous lecture content. In the previous lecture we discussed first type of heuristic search algorithm, informed search algorithm, that is best first search algorithm, and we mentioned that this algorithm has a greedy in nature, is greedy in nature, because it always select a path which appears best at that moment, based on the heuristic cost. So in that particular lecture we discussed the algorithm. We also discussed the concept of open list, closed list. We also discussed the one example, and with the help of that example we discussed how to find out the optimal solution. Okay, and in that particular problem we discussed this particular slide: iteration 1, iteration 2, open list, closed list. After each iteration, and at the end, at the iteration number 4, you may say that we get the final solution path, that is from S to B to B to E, F, F to G. Today we are going to, and we also discussed the performance measures as usual for this particular algorithm, as well as we noted down the disadvantages of it. The first disadvantage is it does not guarantee to reach the goal state. It does not guarantee to reach the goal state. That is why here it is mentioned that best first search algorithm is incomplete. It is not complete. Since it is a greedy approach, it does not give an optimized solution. Okay, so why this is so? Because for example, sometimes we may find that out of A and B cost, 4 is less as compared to 12. So greedy search algorithm, best first search algorithm, always select node B. Okay, it will not select node A, it will not travel to node A. But it may happen that after node B, the successor nodes may have higher cost as compared to the successor nodes of A. It may happen that via node A, even though we get a higher cost at the start at node A, but later on you may get lower cost at the successor nodes to reach to the goal. This may happen. That's why this point mentions that since it is a greedy approach, sometimes it does not give an optimized solution. That means here, by following this particular path S, B, F, G, we find that we achieved the goal, we achieved the solution, but the cost involved with this path, it may happen that it is higher than the cost involved after A, B, something like that nodes. Okay, it may happen. That's why sometimes due to this greedy approach, it does not give the optimized solution, means low cost solution. It may cover a long distance in some cases. If the depth of your search tree is very large, then in that case long distance it has to cover to get a solution. So these are the disadvantages of best first search algorithm. Now today we will see second algorithm, that is A star search algorithm. It works on this particular principle. It calculates the evaluation function with the help of this formula G of n plus H of n. So what exactly f of n is? It is the estimated cost of the cheapest solution. Cheapest means low cost solution, and G of n is, it is the estimated cost. You remember, estimated means calculated cost, estimated means predicted cost, and G of n is what here? It is cost to reach node n from start state. It is the actual cost. This is the actual cost for node n, for to reach node n, any node n. This node n can be there can be A node, B node, any node. Here in general we have mentioned n node whose name is n. So it is G of n is the cost to reach any node n from the start node or start node, where H of n is cost to reach from node n to goal node. From this particular node n, what is the cost to reach to the goal node? So if we draw a certain diagram, something like this here, suppose this is your start node, okay, and these are the intermediate nodes. For example, these are the intermediate nodes, 3 nodes are there, intermediate, and this is the goal node. Suppose this is your goal node and this is your start node or initial node. From this initial node or start node or root node, we can go to this node, and via this route we can reach the goal. Via this route also we can reach the goal, for example, and via this route node also we can reach the goal. So here what exactly G of n means? G of n means, for example, this is node A, this is node B, and this is suppose node C. So G of n is nothing but, suppose what I can calculate G of A in this case, G of A, cost of node A to reach from start state. Okay, for example, cost to reach node A from the start node is let us say 4. So I will write down here 4. Suppose the cost to reach node B from S node is let us say 2, and suppose the cost to reach node C from node S from start node is 1. So I hope you understood what exactly G of n means. G of n means the cost required, cost to reach these intermediate nodes A or B or C from start node. So G of n means the cost from start node to the intermediate node, any intermediate node A or B or C or n. And H of n means what? Cost to reach from that particular node to the goal node. So what is the cost to reach to goal node from node A? It may be suppose 10. What is the cost cost to reach goal from node B? It may be let us say 3. Okay. Okay. So this, what are these costs? These are the H of n. Okay. So you have to remember that G of n, first part of this formula is, it is the cost to reach to the concerned node from start node, and H of n is nothing but cost to reach goal node from that concerned node. So half part for this diagram is nothing but G of n, this is G of n, and the half portion of this diagram is nothing but H of n. So hope you understood this, and the addition of these two cost is nothing but this F of n. So I hope you understood this formula. Now let us quickly understand the theoretical part of this particular algorithm. And in the previous lecture we already discussed what exactly H of n, heuristic function, means heuristic cost is. Okay, the only part that is added here is G of n. Okay, we already dealt with H of n in the previous algorithm. So it uses heuristic function H of n and cost to reach node n from the start state G of n. So we already discussed this formula now. It has combined the features of uniform cost search and greedy best first search, by which it solves the problem efficiently. So it is also a combination. It adds the advantages of uniform cost search and yes, best first search or greedy best first search. Okay, one and the same thing. It finds the shortest path through the search space using heuristic function. That is quite obvious. It finds out shortest path through search space. Shortest means which has low cost, low f of n. Okay. It expands less search tree and provides optimal results faster. It is similar to UCS, uniform cost search, except that it uses G of n plus H of n instead of G of n. If you can recall back, if we have prepared a video on uniform cost search, which is one type of uninformed search algorithm, in that we studied that based on the path cost, this particular algorithm finds out the solution. So it is it is similar, this A star is similar to uniform cost search, except the difference is in case of uniform cost search we used only this formula, in case of A star search we uses this formula. In this we use search heuristic. That means, you see, if you closely observe this particular formula, this part of formula, the second part of formula is taken from best first search algorithm, and this part of this formula is taken from uniform cost search algorithm. That is why it is mentioned that it is combination of these two algorithms. In this we use search heuristic as well as cost to reach the node, hence we combine both cost as following. So we already discussed this particular formula in detail. Now let us come back to one problem. Here one problem is given. Search tree of the given problem is like this. States are like this. States, or sometimes we can call it as a nodes. The first column is of nodes. How many nodes are there? S is there, A, B, C, D, G, and their corresponding heuristic cost 5, 3, 4, 2, 6, 0. Heuristic cost of node S is 5. Means what? S will take how much cost to reach the goal? 5. It will take 5 cost to reach to the goal. The heuristic cost of A is 3. Means what? A will take 3 cost to reach to the goal. Similarly, the values for others are like this. The problem, let us discuss the problem. Here we will traverse the given graph using A star algorithm. The heuristic value of all the states, that means all the nodes, is given in the below table. Heuristic value of all the nodes or all the states, one and the same thing. Node means state, intermediate state. So we will calculate f of n, means evaluation value for each state or for each node using this formula. For each node we have to calculate this formula, we have to calculate this value, where g of n is the cost to reach any node from the start state. That also we discussed. Here also we will use open list and closed list concept, but we will now put this particular solution in some different manner. In the previous lecture we discussed that open list, closed list, so we can do in the same manner as well, but here in this particular problem we solve this problem with the help of same concept, but the arrangement, the represented solution is represented in some other way, but the concept is same. Now we can redraw this particular search tree. For example, from S we can go to the goal via A, C, D, G. From S we can also reach the goal via A, C, G. We can also reach the goal by this path A, B, D, G. So there are 3 to 4 paths. So that's why this diagram is redrawn here like this. For example, A to S to G, start node to goal node, this link S to G, okay. Then S to A, S, A, C, D, G, S, A, C, D, G, okay. So this diagram and the previous diagram, search tree diagrams, are exactly same. Now as usual, first step is initialization. So in the closed list, in the open list, what you have to put? In the open list, you have to put yes, and in the closed list, yes, A and G, because they are not explored yet. So what is the cost of yes associated with it? It is 5. So that's why it is written here 5. But you can also write down these iterations in this manner also. There is no problem here. Initialization open A and B, because node A and B were not explored in the initial state, and S is considered taken, that's why S is kept in closed. After this, in iteration 1, we open this, we compare A and B heuristic cost. 4 is less, that's why node B goes in the closed list and node A goes in the open list. Okay, so this way also we can write down the solution of this particular A star algorithm. Okay, so you can do this on your page at your home, you can check it whether you are able to write that solution in that manner or not. Now let us check this another way of representing or writing down the solution. Initialization s comma 5. Why 5? Because at the initial stage the heuristic cost of s is 5. Then what is the, in iteration 1 what happens? The cost of the two successor node or child nodes for s is a and g. These are the two children for s node. That means two successors for s are a and g. So the cost associated with 1 and a and g is, what is the cost associated with a? The total cost. The cost associated with heuristic cost is h of n is 3, and what is g of n? G of n is given, g of n is 1, g of n is 1, and h of n is, yes, what is h of n for node A? For node A, h of n is 3 and g of n is 1. So 1 plus 3 it is 4. That's why 4 is written here. S, when s goes to A, from s, when the algorithm goes from s to A, the total cost, this total cost, g of n plus h of n. H of n is given in this table, and g of n values are mentioned on these edges. That means 1 is the cost to reach to node A from start node. 2 is the cost to reach from A to B. So total cost to reach to B from start is 1 plus 2. What is the total cost? What is the total cost to reach to B from S? What is the formula? I am mentioning this g of n. Okay, g of n is the cost to reach to particular node from start node. So start node, from start node, what is the total cost to reach to B? 1 plus 2. So total cost is 3 to reach to B from start node, like this. So it will take 1 and it will take 2, 1 plus 2. So total cost to reach to node B from start is 3. So this is g of, yes, this will be g of B. This will be g of B. Similarly, you can calculate g of A, g of G, g of C, g of D, g of D, so on. So I hope you understood that how the 4 came here. When we move from S to A, the cost, total cost will be g of n is 1 and h of n is h of A is 3. So 1 plus 3, it is 4. If we explore in this direction, then what is the g of n? G of n is given 10, and what is h of n of node G? H of n of node G is 0. Okay, so total cost is 0 plus 10, it is 10. That's why 10 is written here. So iteration 1 is finished. Now if you compare two values, 4 and 10, and obviously here in this particular second solution, second part, we already reached the goal. Okay, what is our target? Our target is to reach to the goal, G node. Somehow we have to reach to the goal by any path, and we want to calculate the cost. So the first path is completed from S to G. From S to G we reach the goal, from S to G. So that's why S to G is completed with a cost of, total cost of 10. Now S to A is 4 at iteration 1. In iteration 2, from A, where we can go? From A we can go to B or C. That's why two paths are added here. This is same. This path in iteration 2 is obtained from iteration 1. In iteration 2, two solutions are there, two paths are there. First path is SAC, second path is SAB. Why? Because there are two successors for node A, node B and node C. That means two child nodes. So what is the cost, total cost for this path S to A to B? How would you calculate? S to A to B. For this S to A to B, let us concentrate on this. S to A to B, how will you calculate? S to A is 1, A to B is 2. So 1 plus 2 will be our g of n value or g of b value in more specifically. And what is the h of n value of b? What is the h of n? What is this 1 plus 2? The formula tells you that what is the cost to reach to node B, corresponding node from start nodes. 1 plus 2 is 3, okay. And what is the heuristic cost of node B? Heuristic cost means the cost required to reach to goal from that particular node. So what is this cost? So path is S to A to B, okay. So it is 3. And what is heuristic cost of node B? Node B heuristic cost is 4. So we can write down here, 4. So total cost is 4 plus 3, it will be 7. So S to A to B, it will cost you 7. That is what written here. Similarly, S to A to C, you can calculate the g of n part. First calculate g of n part, 1 plus 1, 2. And what is the heuristic cost of node C? Heuristic cost of node C is 2. So 2 plus 2, 4. That's why 4 is written here, okay. If you go on doing this, after B, you can explore to D. You can go to D. You see, SAB is 7. SACD, okay, sorry. The total cost with A and C, with this first path and second path is, let me erase this first in order to avoid the confusion, okay. So let us now concentrate in the output of iteration 1. After iteration 1, you got this particular, hope you understood this. After this, node A is explored to B and C. So that's why we get SAC and SAB. The cost also we discussed. It is how 4 is obtained here, how 7 is obtained here, and we also discussed this particular one path which is completed already is written as it is in iteration 2, okay. Now comparing the total cost of SAC path and SAB path, 4 versus 7, 4 is less as compared to 7. That's why this particular A star algorithm will explore node C. It simply means that node C will be kept in now which list? Open list or closed list? Yes, closed list, because it is explored, because it has low cost, total cost associated with. That's why it is to be explored, it is to be traversed, it is to be expanded into D and G, okay. But here SAB, so as the cost associated with B is high as compared to C, therefore this particular, the successors of B are not entertained. So this route will be now cancelled or pruned, or it can be ignored, because the cost associated with this successor node of A is less as compared to B. So now after this SAC, you will find at iteration 3 SG10 is kept as it is here. Then SAB part is also kept as it is here. It is of no use now because this option is now cut. So now this particular path is splitted into two parts. After C, we can move to D or G. That's why C, G, C, D. So total cost associated with SACG is 6 and SACD is 11. How to obtain 6 and how we get 6 and 11? You use the same formula, G of n plus H of n. For example, SACG. Now let us calculate SACG, G of n of SACG path. SACG. So S is this part is 1, A 1, C, yes 3, okay, and it is now, so 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 3 5, and what is the cost associated with heuristic cost associated with D? It is 6. So SACG, sorry, yes, this SACG is this, SACG. So 1 plus 1 plus 4, it is 6, and SACD will be 1 plus 1 plus 3, so it will be 1 plus 1 plus SACD. Let us concentrate here. SACD. S is here 1, 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 3 5, and the cost associated heuristic, so 5 plus heuristic cost of D. Add this 5 with heuristic cost of D. What is the heuristic cost of D? 6. So 5 plus 6, 11. That's why 11 appeared here. Okay. Now if you closely observe this iteration 3 content, this path reached the goal node. Okay, this path has not yet reached the goal node. This path we have cut because there is no use of it, and this path also reached the goal node. So which particular path is optimal now? After D also you can go to goal by let us calculate this for the next iteration. So it is 1 plus let us concentrate this path SACDG. So it is 1, this is 1, this is 1 plus 3 plus 2 5. Okay, 5 and 5, this is the 5 will be, what is this value? We are concentrating at this, therefore it is G of D, and what is H of D? H of D, G of D. How will you find out G of D? G of D is this 1 plus this 1 plus this 3, so it is 5. And what is H of D? H of D is it is 6. So we can write down here 6. H of D is 6. So 6 plus 5 is 11. So it is apparent that using this particular path SACG, the total cost involved is 6. Here 11 and here 10, and here this part is removed already. So 6 will be the lowest cost path. SACG will be the lowest cost path, which can be optimal as compared to other paths. So this way the A star algorithm finds out the optimal path out of all the alternative paths using this particular formula, f of n is equal to g of n plus h of n. So hope you understood this particular problem, and now let us consider, or let us discuss the performance measures, 4 performance measures as already discussed. Completeness, whether the algorithm is complete. A star algorithm is complete as long as branching factor is finite, that means B is finite. 2, cost at every action is fixed, cost of every action is fixed. If these 2 conditions are satisfied, then we can say that A star algorithm is complete. Out of these 2 conditions, this is very important, branching factor should be finite. Okay, it should not be large. Optimality, and underestimated cost will always give an optimal solution, and underestimated cost will always give an optimal solution. So you have to remember that sometimes this algorithm can give you the optimal solution, sometimes may not give you optimal solution. What about the space and time complexities? A star search algorithm, the both complexities are equal to b raised to d, where b is branching factor and d is depth. What is the disadvantage of A star algorithm? A star algorithm mostly runs out of space for long period. That means memory constraints are always there. Okay, because of calculations, because you can understand so many calculations are there at each state, at each iteration. That's why the memory requirement is very high. This is the one of the disadvantage of A star algorithm. So hope you understood this problem as well as A star algorithm. So in the next lecture we will discuss the next topic, that is local search algorithms. In that particular lecture we will discuss how the local search algorithms are working, how they are different from informed search algorithms and uninformed search algorithms. Informed and uninformed search algorithms are classical algorithms. How the local search algorithms are different from these classical search algorithms, we will discuss in the next lecture. And we will also discuss that there are some examples or important algorithms under local search, which are those hill climbing search and simulated annealing and local beam search. These are the three major types of local search algorithms. So in the next lecture we will cover these fundamentals. So today we will stop here. Thank you.